Yes. So many students are messaging, yes, ma'am, we have understood. I think voice is also clear. So let me explain now potentiometry. You have understood colorimetry, right? Just I have glanced what we have done in the first instrumentation part. So next thing is next instrument is what? Which one? Next instrument is what? Potentiometry. Potentiometry, it is used to find the concentration of the solution by measuring the potential value, right? So, so first, what we should do, we should take the theory behind potentiometry is what is based on Nernst equation. So potentiometry is depending on Nernst equation. Theory behind potentiometry is Nernst equation. What is Nernst equation? E equals to E naught plus 0.0591 by n log of Mn plus. So how exactly we will going to measure the potential value to measure the concentration by taking potential. So how first it is depending on Nernst equation you should explain. Then potential from the Nernst equation it is understood potential of the electrode is depending on the concentration of the metal ions, right? So potentiometric titration involves the measurement of potential of an electrode as a function of the volume of the titrant. That means which sample you want to analyze, that you should take it in a beaker, and the titrant, what which one we have given example here, iron FAS versus K2Cr2O7. That is acid base titration we have taken. So FAS, which is iron, which is in Fe2 plus, is get oxidized to Fe3 plus, right? Then the chromium is there in the burette, which is in +6 state, that will be reduced to +3 state. So Cr6 plus is reduced to Cr3 plus, Fe2 plus is oxidized to Fe3 plus. So you have seen the diagram graph sheet yesterday. So theory you have understood now. Theory behind potentiometry, it is based on Nernst equation. So you should explain how exactly that is depending on the Nernst equation. Then instrumentation part, it consists of a reference electrode. It consists of a reference electrode, the indicator electrode, and the device used to measure the potential. So here you have used two electrode, that is one is reference electrode, another one is indicator electrode. That is indicator electrode is which one here? Platinum electrode. The reference electrode is which one? Calomel electrode. Insert these two electrode in which sample you want to analyze and connect these two electrode to potentiometer, and then add in increments of 1 ml and note down the potential value, right? And note down the potential value. So what is the application of this application of this potentiometry is what? We have taken first in the beaker acid, and in the burette we have filled with the, that is FAS versus K2Cr2O7. Why? Initially the potential value will be increasing slowly. At some point there will be a drastic change in the potential value. Why? Because at equivalence point what happens, it will undergo redox titration, that is both oxidation and reduction reaction will take place at the equivalence point. So you will going to get the drastic change. Okay. So I will just show the diagram how the potential value has been increased. Some students have messaged it is not connecting. You please place the password and come where network is available. Okay. So you can see these two graphs where initially the potential value is increasing slowly. At some point, that is at equivalence point, what happens? There will be a drastic change in the potential value. So you can see here volume of titrant versus EMF. If you plot, you will come to know where is the equivalence point. So you can find the delta E value. So you have measured the potential value. The difference between the difference between two values will give you delta E value. So you can see the uh, graph where it is. There will be a drastic change in the potential value. I think so many students are not getting net, it seems. Again, I will log out and again I will log in. Once again, please wait. Once again, you please wait. Some students are messaging, ma'am, we are unable to connect. What is the problem? I don't know to log in for them. It is not connecting, it seems, for those students. Many students are waiting but not able to connect, it seems. Next instrumentation is conductometry. So conductometry is an another instrument which is used to measure the concentration of the solution by using the conductance value. So how it will what is the theory behind this conductometry? What is this conductometry? Theory behind conductometry is Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the applied potential and it is inverse resistance of the conductor. That is I equals to E by R. You can see equals to E by R. That is Ohm's law states that the current directly proportional to the electro, that is the conductor, and it is inversely proportional to the potential. Then what is this theory behind that? Ohm's law. Ohm's law means what? Direct current is directly proportional to the EMF, that is the potential value, and it is inversely proportional to the resistance. Then coming to how exactly this conductometric titration will work. So instrumentation part. So you have understood the potentiometric instrumentation is very similar with this conductometry. You can see the diagram on the display. That is, it consists of two electrodes. That is, here we are considering both electrode is platinum electrode only, which will be kept 1 centimeter square apart and 1 centimeter square length, and these two electrodes are connected to the potentiometer. Okay, so which electrode we have used now for conductometry? Platinum electrode. Two platinum electrodes are taken, which are 1 centimeter square apart with each other. Next, these two electrodes are connected to the conductometer, and which sample you want to analyze, that you should take it in a beaker, and burette you fill with the titrant solution, and a stirrer is inserted to stir the solution continuously. So what we are discussing now, conductometry consists of two platinum electrodes, whereas potentiometry consists of also two electrodes. One is indicator electrode, another one is the reference electrode. Here both the electrode is platinum electrode, which are connected in 1 centimeter square apart with each other and 1 centimeter square length. Okay, next, what exactly in this conductometry you will going to measure, how you will going to measure? Instrumentation part, everybody is clear? You can chat me so that I can see on my display. Next I will go for application. So instrumentation is very easy. It consists of two electrodes, that is two platinum electrodes which are connected with 1 centimeter square apart, and it is connected to conductometry. The analyte which sample you want to analyze, that you should take it in a beaker, and this titrant solution you should take. Stirrer is taken to stir the solution continuously. What is the advantages of this conductometric is mixture of acids can be titrated. See, for potentiometry and all, only one solution we can use, but especially in conductometry we can mix two acids. Let us assume HCl and acetic acid we can mix, and we can find both the conductance of HCl as well as acetic acid. So mixture of acids can be titrated here, and then maybe used where visual or potentiometric methods fails to give results, considerably solubility or hydrolysis at the equivalence point. The what I said FAS, when it adds water, when we add water, it will be diluted so that hydrolyzed. You cannot measure the absorbance, potentiometry, which you can do. But in the case of this, you cannot. You can use the colorimetry, which you can measure the conductometry potentiometry, which fails to do the experiment that we can do by conductometry. And third point is can be used with colored solutions, and very weak acids can be titrated. Very weak acids can be titrated. So application is left out. Once again, I will just see the students what is the problem, then I will call back. See, Guru Darshan has messaged some login group ID that you can use, and you can join. Now you see the graph. If you see the graph only, you can understand the application of conductometry estimation. So you can see the first graph. See, we have taken here three cases. First case is a mixture of strong acid and weak acid versus strong base. Applications of conductometry I am doing. So conductometry, which is based on Ohm's law. Theory behind is that instrumentation, it consists of two electrodes that will be inserted in the beaker and then measure the conductance value by adding this titrant to the analyte sample, and then you can draw the graph by taking the reading of conductance. So first case, as I said, we can measure the mixture of acids here in the conductometry. That is the big advantages of conductometry. If you mix two solutions also, you can analyze the conductance of both. If you mix HCl and acetic acid, you can analyze both HCl and acetic acid. You can see the first graph what they have shown here, that is for HCl and acetic acid. So first case, they have taken HCl and acetic acid mixture, you have taken in a beaker, and in the burette you have filled with the sodium hydroxide, that is the base. So in the burette you have filled with the base, and in the beaker you have taken the acid mixture. So how exactly it will work means, first you can see in the diagram, see the diagram. Consider the titration of HCl against NaOH. The conductance value will initially goes down. You can see the first diagram. Conductance value is going down, right? Why? Because first initially it is very high. You can see here. Initially, it is very high because of H plus ion, which is a strong acid. You have taken the mixture of HCl and CH3COOH. That is, HCl is a strong acid. H plus ion, due to H plus ion, the conductance is initially very high. Once you start adding NaOH for that, then what happens? H plus ion will be replaced by the mobility of H plus. That is, H plus ion is replaced by Na plus ion, which is there in the NaOH. So the conductance value will decrease. Next, once it reaches, that is neutralization point, all H plus ion is completely neutralized by Na plus ion. There is no H plus ion in the beaker, that is HCl, from the HCl. Again, the value will increase, the conductance value will increase. It is due to the OH minus ion, which is present in the strong base. Since NaOH is a strong base, the solution, the graph, you can see first initially it is decreasing. It is due to the replacement of H plus ion with Na plus ion. Then it reaches the equivalence point. Again, the conductance value will increase. It is due to the OH minus ions. You can see in the first point what we have given, strong acid versus strong base. That is, the only we have taken HCl and NaOH. In case of strong acid and strong base, the conductance first falls due to the replacement of highly mobile H plus ion by less mobile Na plus ion. After the equivalence point, what happens? The conductance rapidly rises for further addition of strong base is due to increase in the concentration of OH minus ion. I think everybody is clear. First case, first diagram. Initially, the conductance is very high. It is due to H plus ion. Then again, it decreases slowly due to the replacement of Na plus ion. Then after some point, what happens? There is no H plus ion now at the neutralization point. Only NaOH. Still, you will be adding NaOH from the burette. So OH minus ion will be there. Due to that OH minus ion, the conductance value will again increases. Okay. Next. You can see here the conductance value is very high initially. It is due to H plus ion. Then once you start adding OH, that is NaOH from the burette, the conductance value will decreases. Then what happens? Then the conductance, what happens? It will going to, that is the point, down to then value leads on a side, which is a you can of acetic acid. Same explanation holds good here for the second graph. That is the same explanation holds good here. That is H plus ion here. Initially, conductance value is very high because of due to H plus ion, HCl. You have taken HCl, right? So HCl is a strong acid. So H plus ion is very strong here. Once you start adding NaOH, the conductance will decreases due to what? H plus ion is replaced by Na plus ion. This V1 is due to HCl. Once H plus ion is completely neutralized, the conductance will increase very slowly. You can see here the conductance value is increased very slowly. It is due to acetic acid. The acetic acid also is having H plus ion, right? CH3 COOH. This is having H plus ion. Due to this H plus ion, it is a weak acid, so the conductance value will increase very slowly. Then again, the conductance value will increase. It is due to what? NaOH, which is a strong base. So let me explain the third graph. Third graph is what? Third case. Third case is weak acid, that is acetic acid, and with a strong base. So consider the titration. You can see here. Hmm. The third case, what they have given, weak acid versus strong base. That is, acetic acid is a weak acid. So as I said, it is having H plus ion here, right? Due to this is acetic acid, weak acid. What happens here? Next slide, you can see. Hmm. Due to the acetic acid, the conductance value is very less, very low. Then once you add NaOH, initially the conductance value is very low. It is due to the acetic acid. Once you start adding NaOH, that is a strong base, then the conductance value will increase very drastically. You can see here. So initially it is very less because of acetic acid, and then the conductance value will increase. It is due to OH minus ions. So what is the advantages of this conductometric estimation? Mixture of acids can be titrated, accurate in dilute solutions, and very weak acids which cannot be titrated potentiometrically, that can be titrated here conductometrically. So by this, I have finished the conductometry instrument. I will just repeat what we have done. So who has not listened, who came joined late, you can listen now. I will just repeat what I have done now. Soumya Rudra, please mute yourself. You have been unmuted. So what topic we have discussed today? That is conductometry. Conductometry, theory behind conductometry is Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that I equals to E by R. Then instrumentation, it consists of two platinum electrodes. One electrode, both electrodes are 1 centimeter square apart with each other and 1 centimeter square in length. And then conductometry, these two electrodes are connected to conductometry, and the sample is taken in the beaker and the titrant is added from the burette. So there are three cases we have explained. First case is HCl versus NaOH, application of conductometry. So initially the conductance value will be very high. It is due to H plus ion since strong acid. HCl is a strong acid. Then the conductance value will decrease. It is due to the replacement of H plus ion with Na plus ions. Then again the conductance OH minus will be there. It will be still adding NaOH. Due to that OH minus ion, the graph, that is conductance value, will increase. That is the first case. Second case is what? Strong acid and weak acid, that is HCl and acetic acid, you are mixed, and then that is the analyte, and you are titrating with NaOH. So initially the conductance value will be very high. It is due to H plus ion. Then it decreases due to the replacement of H plus with Na plus ions. Then that is V1, that is the volume of HCl. Then again the conductance value will increase slowly. It is due to the H plus ions which is from the acetic acid. Then again you are adding NaOH, the graph will increase drastically because of OH minus ion since it is a strong base. The third case is weak acid, that is acetic acid and strong base NaOH. So since acetic acid is a strong acid, that H plus ions will be, the conductance value of H plus ion is very less. Then it will increase slowly due to the replacement of H plus ion with Na plus. Then finally the conductance value will increase after the neutralization point because of OH minus ion which is present in the strong base. So one application of this conductometry is mixture of acids can be estimated, which potentiometrically we cannot estimate, that is weak acids, that also we can analyze by using the conductometry. Please read both all three instrumentation. Next class I will start with another instrument, that is flame photometry and atomic absorption spectroscopy. Thanks for coming for the class, and who was not able to log thank you for coming for the online classes. So I will message next when class will be there. Thank you. Whether you people have understood, you can message me. I can see on my display. You have understood? Message me so that I can see on my display.